First off, show of hands, who thinks college athletes should be paid? That's almost, yeah, it's almost the majority of the audience here. Robert, you work with student athletes. You say this is a human rights issue.
Absolutely. I mean, we tend to believe that if we throw money at a situation, it's going to actually solve it. But, you know, there's much larger systemic problems here, and that's one of the things that really came out in the movie. The director of the movie, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, along with Trish Dalton, you know, they started going around the country, and they didn't know anything about this, but they saw that there were so many athletes that came from, you know, disadvantaged backgrounds. They couldn't really, their families couldn't eat at home, but they're all around them. There's a lot of money being made. And the thing that I really want to focus on, I think that's so important, is that the value proposition is supposed to be that these athletes are supposed to be getting quality educations. And many times what we're looking at is they're coming out of school with inferior educations. And so that, to me...
Well, who's to blame for that, then?
Well, I think there's a whole host of people, but if you recruit a young man or a young woman into a school and say that when you come play for us, what we're going to give you is ensure that you have a meaningful education that you can then go out into the workplace and make money for. But you have situations like you've seen all over the country where athletes wind up taking bogus classes, getting steered into majors, and in some instances, even today in some of the classes I have, they can't read. That is not a good situation that we should be promoting and thinking if we just pay them that somehow or another all of those things will go away.
Annie, this is close to home for you.
Absolutely. I think, first of all, we need to get rid of the misconception that athletes are the only scholarship students on college campuses. There are millions of students on full-ride scholarship. If I'm a music major and I come up with a beautiful score, I can sell it and make as much money as I can. I think what this law...
Well, I didn't know that. So if there's a music student and they're on a full-ride scholarship...
They can sell their score, they can do whatever
So they can sell their products.
Yes. So I don't understand why this is such a huge debate. We're just saying, make the same rights that you have for all scholarship athletes available to athletic scholarships. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
I didn't know that. So, I mean, there's this case in California. Tell us a little bit about how this might set the stage for the groundswell of difference here.
Well, I'm actually going to extend it a little bit farther. Think about this. Basically, in California, what they're arguing, and it comes from the Ed O'Bannon case, but what they're essentially saying is that athletes should have the right to benefit from their own image and likeness and their name. As a matter of fact, they should actually own it, and that no one has the right to take it from you and make money off of it without actually negotiating it, negotiating a relationship. And I would say that if we see this about any student on campus. If you walk in today and you're a regular student and you decide that you want to model, you want to make money off of anything, and you're at the University of UCLA or something, why should we take that person's right away from that? But we're saying what the NCAA has said in perpetuity, when you come and you decide that you want to play, that we own your image and likeness forever.
Yeah. So, and this is the thing, I mean, when they say, and full disclosure, I'm a board of trustee member at Temple University, and I love my university. I'm a ride or die Temple owl here, but these are things that come up even in our conversation. When you look at a superstar athlete and how much revenue that athlete brings into a college, it far exceeds the cost, in some cases, that the university would pay for their education. But I want to bring up the fact that some parents, and this is the part that hurt me when I saw this report, you have some parents whose children go off, you know, thousands of miles away, and they say, I don't even have the money to go sit in that stand to cheer my child on, but the university is making tens of thousands of dollars off my child.
Well, this is the issue that we had at Ohio State when we, you know, when they came up with the first college football playoff run, and I fought to get players' families' travel stipend, because what I noticed was that when it was time to go to these bowl games and playoff games, coaches, their wives, girlfriends, concubines, babysitters, everybody.
That just almost knocked me off my chair.
Everyone rode on these private jets for free, but parents had to decide which bill they were not going to pay.
Because it's against the rules for the parent to be on there.
Exactly. So we fought. I'm saying, how are you going to have a whole 3 games back-to-back during the holidays and not think about players' rights to have their families there?